We work with ambitious women who want to build $1 million businesses.
Hi, I'm Emily LaRusch. Are you ready to make the journey from lawyer to entrepreneur? Every week I'm sitting down with people who have mastered the art of running a business and want to share with you the lessons they've learned along the way. Join me as we experience the highs, the lows, and everything in between as we learn, share, and grow together. Welcome to Share the Love.
I have business coach Vanessa Shaw here today, and she has found a new way to help law firms work better and achieve more as a team. Vanessa, what is the secret weapon?
So a big part of what we've seen, Emily, is people get really hesitant around hiring team and getting the right people on board. And a lot of times, actually hiring the wrong people becomes a massive energy drain. And so we've recently incorporated a new assessment tool in our coaching programs so that leaders, first and foremost, can really understand their natural strengths and their natural styles. Like when they've been, when they're allowed to be their best selves, what does it look like in their natural selves? And then we are able to use that assessment tool across their team so that we can understand the different strengths and the areas for development, and also as part of the recruiting process as well, so that up front they are making better hires.
So when you've sat down with a team, have you guys had some pretty shocking revelations?
Yeah, so absolutely. So a lot of times it can be, misunderstanding different people's styles. So even in my own business as well, I want to be super transparent about this because we're rolling it out in our own business, and it's, shared with me where, we've A, built a really great team, and B, I can see some very clear places where not understanding styles is going to be causing stress between different team members. So, for example, with that, and I get on, I've got a right-hand woman. She's absolutely amazing. We get on amazingly well in the business. I trust her implicitly. But one of our styles is I'm definitely more visionary, more of an action taker, and more prepared to take risks, which, often goes hand in hand with that entrepreneurial style. She's in a COO role, and naturally she's going to be more hesitant to take some of those risks and is going to want to build processes and, really know the facts and the information before moving forwards. And just understanding that that's our natural styles. They're very complementary in the business, but now it gives us a way to make sure that, our communications are smooth, that she's going to understand, when I'm taking risks, why that is. And I also need to know, I also need to be cognizant that I'm going to explain things to her so that she's not going to freak out quite as much, with what might appear in her head to be my crazy ideas.
That's brilliant. One of the biggest things that I've had to deal with this year is I had hired another one of me, which is a nightmare. As you know, you can't have two visionaries who don't know how to put systems in place, run a company. And I thought, oh, she's just like me. She has the same vision. She'll implement everything, and nothing got done. It was a total nightmare. It was just an awful train wreck. And we learned the hard way through the assessment testing that you have to know what your strengths are and make sure that the other person complements them.
Yeah, and I love what you said there, Emily, as well, because a lot of the leaders that we work with, especially because they're typically, the founder and then the key, main operator, we're wearing many hats in the businesses that, you and I both work with, is oftentimes I'll hear that, I just need another mini-me. I need to clone myself. And that's one of the big mistakes. I say not necessarily. In fact, most times you probably don't need to clone yourself, but you need to know what are those ideal strengths that you should be, free to really use and leverage in your business. And then we need to know very specifically what is the role that we're hiring for so that the strengths that you're actually looking for. And then most times they're going to be some overlap and they're going to be complementary.
So since you've started implementing the Kolbe profiles, are you now doing that as a step one as part of a coaching program?
Yes, so we're actually going to be rolling out in our own business at two different levels. We're going to have two phases. So our kind of more advanced business owners that already have team and they're hiring, we are starting with them first because they've got some immediate needs. So, for example, one of my attorneys yesterday, she's, they're taking their law firm over $1 million kind of right now as we speak. hire a new attorney, she's going to need a paralegal, and she's going to need a part-time executive assistant. And so we are quickly rolling out the Kolbe within her firm so that she understands her styles. And for, the candidates, kind of the shortlist candidates for the attorney role, we'll get them to take that, assessment as well to make sure that they're a right fit for the role. So that's where, we're starting it. Our clients, I have to say, they're super excited because they all know as well, the real stories behind the scenes is they know full well they've made those mistakes hiring in the past or not getting along with team members and different styles and really not understanding it. So they feel like this is going to be a new tool in their own toolkit. And yes, it's a starting place so that they understand themselves. From a coaching perspective, it's also going to help me to be super laser focused on how I coach people because I'll understand their different styles, and so I can actually coach to that as well.
That's fantastic. I love it.
So if you'd love to know more about how we can help you grow your firm or otherwise bring Kolbe and the team assessments into your law firm, just send us an email, vanessa@vanessashaw.com, requesting a time to chat, and we'll set that up and see how we can help you.
Fabulous. Thank you, Vanessa.
Thank you so much for watching this episode of Share the Love. Make sure to give us a thumbs up, share, and subscribe on iTunes, Stitcher, YouTube, and Google Play to get the latest content.